KILR Killer Games.
Hello, gamers and simmers and pilots, hopefully pilots. Welcome to the World Tour. I am the Killer Gamer, and this is Flight Simulator 5.1 CD-ROM. That's the CD-ROM edition for Microsoft DOS. In this case, it's running in DOS box. And we've got a very interesting flight that we're going to be doing here. Something that I haven't done for any of the other simulators. This is going to have actual air traffic control chatter from the two airports that we're going to be traveling between. It took me some work to get this together, to get this to actually work. And to get the files from liveatc.net, but I got them in there. And since the later simulators have ATC programs, I figured we could do something a little special for this old simulator. Since it doesn't actually have interactive ATC, why not have ATC chatter that is accurate? You know, from where we're flying and where, you know, from and to and in between as far as center. So that's why I'm hoping that maybe some of you pilots might be checking this out, because you might find this interesting. The visuals might be a little boring, but the sound might actually be very interesting. So let's talk about where we are going to go. And this is where it even gets even more interesting. Okay, so this is the map, and this is from the Commodore 64 as far as scenery pack number 9. Now, we don't have to worry about a scenery pack for this version of Flight Simulator, at least not yet. At least we sort of kind of don't need to worry about it. But this is that whole area that we were flying into to start off with. And now what we're going to do is over here, this is Champaign, this is where we're at. And we're going to be going here to Greater Peoria. Here's the trick. The airport does not actually exist in the game itself. Luckily, I was able to find someone who created the airport, and I double checked to make sure it was in the right place. So we at least can fly there. But the other airports that I have planned are not in there. And I tried downloading them, and they are not appearing. Even though I've got those airports marked as local and as level 1, which should be on top of everything, it's still not showing up. The roads are showing up that were with that scenery pack, but the airports are not. Go figure. I don't know. But I may have some work ahead of me in order to do this the way that I want to do this, because I want each of the simulators to go to the same airports as much as possible as far as coverage. The Commodore 64 only has so much coverage. I mean, can't really add scenery to that. unfortunately, because there are states that are missing on that one. If anyone knows how to add scenery to it, like custom scenery, that'd be great. Let me know. But what I've got coming in the mail is, I don't know if you can see it or not, is this right here from Apollo, the Scenery and Object Designer. You can design your own flight simulator world or enhance existing scenery with new airports, runways, mountains, streets, etc. It's an easy-to-use graphical mouse-driven user interface. Includes several hundred pre-designed objects like control towers, trees, bridges, windsocks. Just point and click where you want to place them. So for what I want to do, that's perfect. So hopefully I'll be able to put the airports down that we're going to be flying to, and I'll look at how they actually look like and try to make it as accurate as I can within reason. But yeah, so this is going to be very interesting. So let's talk about how we're going to get to Peoria. Okay, so Champaign, if we go on a vector of, well, there is the greater Peoria one too, so that we can tune into that. Maybe just center our needle and maybe, I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll set, no, that's not what I want to do. Yes. No. Yes. What am I doing here? I want to try to land on this runway, but how can I do that? Yeah, I guess the 300 radio will do it. Okay, so we'll use that. And we'll use the 30, let's say 310 from Champaign. And then we should connect somewhere in the middle, and then we can ride the radio all the way to Greater Peoria. All right. So let's turn that off before it becomes problematic. And I think we have our comm radio here. Maybe not. Look in my flight simulator book and find out what ATIS is, because I think it's in here. ATIS 124.8. Okay, that's right. I know why this changed. That's what it says. Champaign 124.8. Well, why aren't you working? It's right in the book. Do I have to turn it on? Helps if I turn the sound on, too. I don't know. Go back to this map again. Oh, that's right. I don't think it's going to say. Might say on the old one, 124.85. See, on this map it says 124.85. I tell you, they can't really get their information straight. Champaign-Willard Airport information. Echo. 1000 Zulu. Weather. Measure ceiling. 4100 broken. Visibility 30 miles. Temperature 0.059 Fahrenheit. Winds calm, altimeter 29.92. Landing departing runway 4. Alright, so Champaign. Okay. Peoria was 115.2. Which apparently we're not close to. And then Champaign. Champaign is what here? Let me look at another map. 110. Okay. Okay. It's like I'm moving things all around here and keep going back and forth from the game to one of my other windows, which is why the sound goes out. Alright. So we are set up with our radios. Going to set our autopilot. Not going to turn it on just yet, but altimeter, we'll set that to 6,000. And we won't worry about the nav heading just yet. Turn that off. Whoa, look at that. That went all the way up there. Fix our elevator trim. Alright. Now I've adjusted our time to where it's 4:53 in the morning. We're going to say that I took a nap, right? Got to sleep sometime. Just don't need to sleep a lot. So let's go ahead and start our ATC adventure here. RealATC chatter only. Since it's dark, we can't really see anything as far as weather. And we will start new adventure. And we should start hearing some radio chatter that is specific to Champaign. If I did this correctly.
Champaign, Highway 3449.
Highway 3449, go ahead.
Well, on the ground here in Champaign, you can close our eyes more, please.
Highway 3449, cancellation received. Good night.
Good night.
Isn't that cool?
Champaign ground, line 49er Tango on Bravo 14 left, CMC ramp.
Line 49er Tango, Champaign ground, taxi ramp straight ahead.
Taxi ramp straight ahead, line 49er Tango, thank you.
Calling Champaign ground, can you spell your call sign? Alpha Romeo Charlie Kilo 2. R2, Champaign ground, stand southwest.
Friend 003 Heavy, 827 is occupied, just make the left turn on uniform and hold. Left turn on uniform and hold. Ground United 1286 Heavy, push back at gate 74 Norman 5. United 1286, push back for 25. Roger, sound 77, foot taxi now. Speed 107 Heavy, stay on the ramp, and after you pass the Continental Sunlight, transition to the outer, taxi runway 25 right. Speed 107 right. Southwest 32 Alpha, ready to hangar. That's roll 32 Alpha, make the left turn on Tango, right turn at 49, but hold short of uniform. 32 Alpha. Oh, making a 905 pound rate to taxi. Okay, after the west turn left on the ramp, 25. Ground bus E21 from TWA hangar. Boss approved. Roger. Philippine 136, can we make a right turn here? That's correct. Okay. Canada 793 Heavy is clearly active for 21. Canada 793 Heavy, taxi to the gate.
R2, add your clearance. Showing Champaign to Robert to Champaign for maintenance test flight, is that correct? That's the one. That's correct. R2, clear to Champaign Airport as filed. Maintain 3,000. Expect 14,000. 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 121.35. Squawk 4365. Okay, for R2, last file, number 3, 140 and 10, 121.35.
I'm trying to move us to runway 4.
R2, read back there.
Champaign traffic on boy maintenance 8 Alpha Echo or at Alpha 4 be repositioning Alpha 6. Safety near traffic, please advise.
9 cargo 1612, would like to go ahead and cancel IFR. Over 1612 IFR cancellation is received. No observed traffic in Danville Airport, change to advisory frequency is approved. Negative.
Morning clearance, Frontier 382, looking to go to Salt Lake City with Kilo.
Frontier 382, North clear to Salt Lake City Airport. Kilo 3 departure, Milford transition then as filed. Maintain 17,000. Departure frequency will be 133.905. Squawk 1305.
Clear to Salt Lake City, Ovida 3 departure, Milford transition as filed 17 and 133.905.
Here's the runway.
Frontier 382, read back.
I think it's over here.
Come out of gate 23.
22, that's correct.
Thank you and have a good flight.
Thank you. Thanks for Reno Air 172 on request to Reno, flight level 310.
Reno Air 172 is cleared to Reno Airport, awaits one departure, KD transition, then as filed. Maintain 17,000. Departure frequency will be 125.9, squawk 6764.
Air 172 is cleared to Reno via the Waste one departure, KD transition as filed. Maintain 17,000, 125 times, squawk 6764. We're at Alpha 1 with Kilo.
Reno Air 172, thank you. The readback is correct. Have a good flight.
Have a good day. Bunch 297, I'd like to check on our flow control to San Fran.
Call clearance, who was that, please?
That was United 2097 to San Francisco.
2097, Roger. We have pre-departure clearance. I show company accepted, Charlie 8.
Okay, thanks. International Airport departure information, November 16000. After 582.30. Wind time, altimeter 3020. Turbojet aircraft departing runway 25 right. All other aircraft departing runways 19er. Notice airman, intersection Alpha 2 is the departure threshold.
I'm not sure which way I'm going here.
Grounds are in use. All departing aircraft without pre-departure clearance, contact clearance delivery on 118.0. CFR aircraft, state your destination and requested altitude. On initial contact, advise you have information in November.
Ground, clear. Echo Kilo, at India. At the 2 hangars at Delta 3. I can get my clearance to Wichita. 3558 Chicago, say hello. Hi, Mike. Doing good.
Champaign approach runway 3449.
Runway 3449, go ahead.
Well, on the ground here in Champaign, you can close our IFR, please.
Runway 3449, cancellation received. Good night.
Good night. Champaign ground line 49er Tango on Bravo 14 left, CMC ramp.
Line 49er Tango, Champaign ground, taxi clearance straight ahead.
This is north. This is not runway 4.
Alpha Romeo Charlie Kilo 2.
There's our map view. Oh, I see it. We're right near it.
003 Heavy, gate 27 is occupied. Just make the left turn on uniform and hold. Left turn on uniform and hold. Ground United 1286 Heavy, push back at gate 74, Northern 5. 1286, push back for 25. Roger, Phone 17, now left turn 77, for taxi no. 107 Heavy, stay on the ramp, and after you pass the Continental satellite, transition to the outer, taxi runway 25 right. 17, now 107. That's roll 32 Alpha. Make the left turn on Tango, right turn at 49, but hold short of uniform. 32 I'll make it on 915, pound rate to back. Turn left on the ramp, 25.
So some of this is still the default sound files that come with the RealATC, but some of them are the custom ones I put in.
R2, have your clearance. Showing Champaign to Robert to Champaign for maintenance test flight. Is that correct? That's the one. Arc 2, clear to Champaign Airport as filed. Maintain 3,000. Expect 14,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 121.35, squawk 4365.
Okay.
Okay, for Arc 2 as filed, Vector 3, 140 and 10,
So now we're gonna
43.
bring down our flaps, and that will switch us over to tower.
Convoy maintenance, 8 Alpha Echo, or an Alpha 4, be repositioned, Alpha 6, Champaign area traffic, please advise.
9 Cargo 1612, would like to go ahead and cancel IFR.
Vector 1612 IFR cancellation is received. No observed traffic unit Danville Airport, change to advisory frequency is approved. Have a good day.
Roger, good day, cancel. 9 Cargo.
Waiting for that to change. That should change.
Frontier 382, looking to go to Salt Lake City with Kilo.
Kilo.
Frontier 382, clear to Salt Lake City Airport. Kilo 3 departure, Milford transition, then as filed. Maintain 17,000. Departure frequency will be 133.5.
Oh. Looks like it's already changed.
1305.
All right.
City, Ovida,
Let's take off.
For transition as filed 17 and 133.5, 1305.
Frontier 382, readback is correct. You come out of gate 23.
22, that's correct.
Thank you, and have a good flight.
Negative, thanks for Reno Air 172 on request to Reno, flight level 310.
Air 172 is cleared to Reno Airport, awaits 1 departure, 80 transition, then as filed. Maintain 17,000. Departure frequency will be 125 points, Niners, 6764.
Look at all the pretty colors out there.
Departure 80 transition as filed, maintain 17,000, 125, 9 squawk 6764, we're at Alpha 1 Kilo.
Rear Air 172, thank you. The readback is correct, have a good flight.
Have a good day. Roger, 297, I'd like to check on our flow control to San Fran.
Call clearance, who was that, please?
That was United 2097 to San Francisco.
2097, Roger. We have pre-departure clearance. I show company expected Charlie 8.
Okay, thanks. Continental 134, wind 060 at 5, runway 1 right, cleared for takeoff, Brazil, Yaka left, will turn away. Roger, Continental 134, clear for takeoff.
This really looks cool with all the different colored lights.
060 runway 1 left, cleared for takeoff.
1 left for takeoff, so that's 625.
Night 1443, heavy cross, runway 28 left, contact ground, 121.8 on the other side. Hey, cross and contact ground, 121.8 today. Today, sir.
Hey.
United 33, tower wind 060 at 6, runway 28 right, cleared to land long road, a kilo's approved. Clear to land, 1 kilo, United 33. Tower was 466, runway 1 left, taxi into position, hold. Southwest 466, position, hold, 1 left. 33, tower wind 060 at 6, runway 28 right, cleared to land long road, a kilo's approved. Clear to land, 1 kilo, United 33. Final 134, contact departure, have a nice flight. Thank you, sir, good day to you, 134. Man 603, runway 1 right, cleared for takeoff. Clear takeoff, 603. Finance 25, runway 1 right, taxi into position, hold.
Position, hold 1 right, Finance 25.
Japan 1 heavy, cross 1 left and runway 1 right, hold short of 28 left at the approach end.
Japan 1 clear cross, 1 left and 1 right, hold short of 28 left.
Cherokee 83 Alpha, stress departure approved, only 1 right, clear for takeoff. Rolling 83 Alpha.
We should be switching to departure frequency here soon. Let's see here. Let's set our autopilot, disconnect it, connect it on. Oh, it resets my altitude. I hate when that happens. What did we say? 6,000. And it looks like we can just log into our nav 1 heading right now, so.
What's the radio? That's affirmative, sir. 7 Charlie Lima, Roger, make straight in runway 31 left. And report 2 mile per hour. Appears you're in Charlie airspace. 7 Charlie Lima, Roger, and we're requesting 31 right, straight in. 7 Charlie Lima, Roger, I'll advise, make a right-hand turn, you're entering Charlie airspace. 7 Charlie Lima, Roger. 7 Charlie Lima, keep Highway 101 off your left-hand side. Charlie Lima, Roger. Tower, Cherokee 4542 Foxtrot, holding short, runway 31 right, ready to take off. 4542 Foxtrot Tower. Right down with departure, approved, runway 31 right, cleared for immediate takeoff, traffic the Dutch is approaching quarter mile. Dutch confirmed, cleared for immediate takeoff. 42 Foxtrot, affirmative, immediate takeoff, runway 31 right. 42 Foxtrot, rolling.
Outside 265 Hotel Papa, ready 31 right, straight out.
265 5 Hotel Papa, down, hold short runway 31 right.
Short to 31 right, 5 Hotel Papa.
Hey, who else called inbound over UTC? This is us, 517 Mike. This is on there. 517 Mike, Lieutenant, straight in runway 31 right, squawk 530, right in. 530 right in. 517 Mike. Shuttle Lima, any chance for the right if we slow it down? I'm trying to leave affirmative. Number 2, follow the Dutch, is now head to your right, left of the long runway 31 right, clear to land. 7 Charlie Lima, clear to land, 31 right. 73 Mike, runway 31 right, clear to land, number 1. Grab the route, 31 right, 71. 5 Mike, runway 31 left, clear to land.
Why is it saying clear the land?
Cessna 658, did you see the Cessna you were following earlier in the pattern? The 658 tower?
658.
In your previous pattern, did you see the traffic you were following earlier on the downwind?
I did, I know it.
Okay, why'd you turn inside them?
Alright, so I did not know that.
This doesn't sound like my departure files.
36 Delta frequency change approved.
TBM 15 Victor, roger, thank you. TBM 15 Victor, contact Kansas City Center on frequency 124.
That one is. I remember that one.
11,000.
Sierra 3 Papa Uniform, contact Grissom approach 123.85. Good day. And I'm sorry, that's actually Chicago Center now. Grissom is closed.
Thank you, 3 Papa Uniform.
Boy 3692, I'm sorry, correction, that, I forgot that wind sensor that I was reading off of is not reading correctly. I still went 270 to 120.
Sierra 6 Echo Kilo, Champaign departure, good evening, radar contact, turn left on course, climb and maintain 8,000.
Sierra 6 Echo Kilo, left turn on course, climb and maintain 8,000. Champaign departure, Sierra 6 Echo Kilo, 1,600.
Champaign departure to November 593 Papa Uniform is with you at 1,900, climbing 5,000.
Sierra 593 Papa Uniform, Champaign departure, good evening, radar contact.
Yeah, you can hear it now.
63, connect Chicago Center 120.12. Roger that, thanks. Airport
Whoa.
3696. Runway 3696 with visual approach runway 32 right. Contact tower 120.4.
This visual 32 right, form with 3696. Clouds on this side of the field, they're 3900 for top, 3,000 feet.
3696, roger, thanks. Second information kilos, current altimeter 2980.
Good evening, over 3696, we're on the downwind, 32 right. Boy 3696, Champaign Tower, runway 32 right, clear to land, wind 260 at 15, gust 210.
Let's see.
Okay. Clear to land, 32 right, over 30.
Oh, that's air traffic control. Okay. Yeah, that thing doesn't. It's on. Nav 1 heading, hold. I wonder why it was going wild before, so.
That's affirmative, turn left heading 030 to join Victor 251.
What is that?
GPS 61, connect Chicago Center 121.27. Yes.
Well, those lights are bothersome. Is that supposed to be clouds? What are they?
GPS 785, turn 20 degrees to the right, vectors for your descent, descend and maintain flight level 240.
Turn that off there.
Southwest 2388, descend and maintain 6,000. Copa 235, descend and maintain flight level 200. GPS 77, Chicago Center, roger. Southwest 2388.
I think we entered the clouds, but
Good night.
why is it doing this? Oh, I see it. You can see something. Let's try to... Whoops. Maybe we can bring ourselves to 7,000 feet or something. Because I did see some clouds. You could barely see it.
Franco 660, thank you. Contact Chicago's approach 125.0. See ya. GPS 785, now clear direct Rockford and cross 4 or 5 miles southwest of Rockford. Engine maintain 13,000. Rockford's altimeter 2977. Copa 235, cross Turtle engine maintain 1,000. O'Hare's altimeter 2973.
I see the stars that stopped. Did you see that? There they are up there. I was getting worried. I was beginning to wonder if I was going to have to restart the flight. It's like strobe lights or something. So the channel it should be tuned into should be the center, I think.
7558, change to miles and its frequency 135.75.
Then again, it may have to be up to a certain height. See, it doesn't tell you which files that you have to replace. I just did a guess based on how they were named. Like departure was DEPT and tower was TR. I heard Chicago Center there.
Here.
Well, we got our autopilot on. We're 60 miles from the airport. We're sitting at 7,000 feet.
GPS 753 Chicago Center, good evening.
So, I don't know. Let's go through our books again, like we were before. It's like, what is that white thing there? It's like, I think that's too big to be an airport. It's too big to be a space station. Alright, so let's talk about commercial flight simulators. Today's modern flight simulators are marvels to behold. Link, which is now called Singer Link Miles, still makes simulators today. What about today? But there are many other competitors, including CAE of Canada and Hughes Rediffusion of England. Simulators must also come with software or visual scenery that has been digitized, but you can buy a simulator from one company and equip it with scenery from another company. The visuals for many simulators are done by Evans and Sutherland and SPX Wide, a division of Rediffusion, and represent a significant portion of the overall investment in the simulator system, since digitizing the scenery for airports around the world is quite costly. Yeah, just try buying it for any simulator today. A commercial simulator can cost between $15 to $20 million, and operational costs for running it can hover around $500 to $800 per hour. Keep in mind, this was back in 1994 when this book came out. Imagine how much it is now. Compared to the $250 million cost of a real Boeing 747 and hourly operating cost of $20,000 per hour, simulators are a real bargain. Are commercial simulators realistic? Richard Cook, a pilot who works daily with simulators, describes a simulator experience he recently tried.
Number 293, Chicago Center. After ND, fly the runway 22 left.
After the Schiphol 747 crash, I tried that flight in our 747-400 simulator, with engine surges, engine fires, and engine separations happening going up through 3,000 and 4,000 feet after takeoff. I found I was sweating, probably swearing. My leg was in pain from trying to keep the thing flying straight, and I was totally locked onto keeping that thing flying while the fuel dump took us closer to living. After 10 minutes of real knife-edge stuff, my co-pilot said, "There's the runway." And I looked up and knew where I was for the first time in 10 minutes. I got the thing on the ground. Didn't have flap asymmetry selected, unlike the real thing, and was then totally unfit for work for 3 hours afterwards due to adrenaline overload. Yes, it's realistic and a load of fun. The commercial simulator's realism is helped by the use of real cockpit instrumentation with real switches, lights, gauges, knobs, and levers. Bumps and thumps during taxiing and the raising and lowering of the landing gear are felt inside the cockpit, and routine noises emanating from various aircraft systems add to the illusion of being in a real cockpit. Air conditioning vents blow air on you, and every motion of the aircraft is implemented through hydraulic jacks, pistons, and control rods that move the cockpit so that you can actually feel the movement of the plane. In addition, highly detailed digitized scenery is projected onto the cockpit's windshields. The SPX Wide system, used on many commercial airline full-flight simulators, uses 3 projectors, with each projection screen displaying 800,000 pixels. Picture elements, in case you didn't know what that was, thereby giving a panoramic view area of 180 degrees horizontal by 40 degrees vertical. Inside the cockpit, overall, by combining all 3 screens, the display resolution works out to 3,000 horizontal by 800 vertical pixels. Compared to this, Flight Simulator 5.1 still has a long way to go to catch up with commercial flight simulators. Explain. The maximum display resolution of 640 horizontal by 400 vertical pixels at 256 colors of the field of view of only 20 degrees for a single view direction still is inferior to what commercial simulators are capable of doing. Even so, the improvement of FS 5.1 over FS 4.0, which had a maximum resolution of 640 by 340 vertical, with only 16 colors possible is dramatic. With 240 additional colors and 60 extra lines of vertical resolution, FS 5.1 scenery is 16 times more realistic. The power of the latest generation of microprocessors has given the flight simulation buff the best opportunity yet of experiencing the miracle of flight. Microsoft's latest flight simulator offering takes advantage of these new capabilities, and through some impressive software engineering brings you closer to what the $1 million simulators are doing today. With new superscalar RISC, reduced instruction set computing, microprocessors such as the PowerPC and Intel P6, Pentium 6, on the horizon, many more exciting developments lie ahead in the world of flight simulation. And then next, we won't talk about it this time, but it's Flight Simulator's new features. Outwardly, Flight Simulator 5.1 resembles Flight Simulator 5.0. In fact, when you first start the program, you may think that Flight Simulator 5.1 is more of a maintenance upgrade than a new program. However, there are many new features that significantly improve the simulation and which make it well worth your while to upgrade. The next section lists the new Flight Simulator 5.1 features that distinguish the new program from the previous 5.0. And that's where we're going to leave off at. Well, I can tell you that 5.0 was on floppy disk. So obviously if it's on floppy disk, it can't hold as much information compared to a CD-ROM. Alright, so we're sitting at 7,000 feet, 44 miles to go. Make some adjustments to our instruments here. What do you all think of that RealATC? Now that I've added some custom sounds into it, do you like it? You can actually hear the Champaign Airport, and then Chicago Center. And once we start approaching Peoria, I've got wave files in there for the approach. Now what it's not going to do is switch to Peoria Tower, because I can't replace the wave files while the game is running. So I'm going to do a video edit after we land, switch to wave files, and then cut back into the video, so that way we can have that illusion that we're tuning in to Peoria Tower and ground.
GPS 753, connect Rockford's approach 121.0. We'll see ya. At 1800, descend and maintain flight level 280.
Although we might start hearing Champagne stuff for tower. Because it'll go approach control, and then tower control, and then ground.
GPS 1387, Chicago Center, cross 50 miles south of Rockford. Add and maintain 1000. Rockford's altimeter 2977.
Alright, let's go ahead and change our altimeter here. Let's change our hold here to, I think we can bring this down to 4,000 now. we're going to get that white flashing thing again. So what I'm going to have to do actually is do a video edit when it switches us from approach to tower. Otherwise it's going to sound awfully odd with us hearing Champaign information when going into Peoria.
Contact Chicago's approach 128.2.
And this is the first time that I'm trying this. I mean, I did test it out to make sure the WAV files were playing, but as far as doing an actual flight, I'm testing it right here with you guys.
Yeah, 1800, you send a maintain flight level 25 or 0.
Now,
Chicago Center, Roger.
Obviously, you can fool this thing by putting down your flaps and just landing anywhere, and you'll hear approach and all that other stuff. So.
US Air 351, second sector rapid south, continental 1144, proceed direct to the outer marker of home. United 337 Heavy, prepare for handoff to approach, 3000.
Celsius 637, what do you want the new time to be?
Tracy 699er traffic, 9 o'clock, 3 miles westbound. Altitude indicates 1,600. 699er traffic altitude
Mumbler.
indicates 1,600.
Happy departure line of 46 Delta. We'd like to depart this hold on a heading of 090, fly for a couple miles and then come back in for another hold that deals except with the inbound leg on the northwest of Deal.
Line 46 Delta, maneuver your discretion and advise when you're ready to come back in for the hold.
46 Delta will do.
It seems to think that we're back on departure again.
Line 46 terminal, fly heading 260.
Okay, so it's not perfect. We're doing the best that we can here.
Atlanta 46 Delta, we'd like to turn back west and enter a hold at Deals on the north side.
Atlanta 46 Delta, maintain vehicle height above 3,500, and I just want to confirm that you want to hold on the northeast side of Deals.
That is correct, Atlanta 46 Delta.
Roger, every taxi. Atlanta 558, contact tower 120.4. 555, Atlanta 558.
After 04 Hotel, proceed direct.
This is takeoff 1 Roulette Bravo, make the right turn direct, let's go for 04 Hotel. TBL 715, Victor Champagne departure, did you check that? TBL 715, Victor Champagne departure, radar contact, and verify currently leaving 3,000. We're leaving 3,000, right? TBM 15 Victor, roger, thank you. TBM 15 Victor contacts Kansas City Center on frequency 124.3. Have a good night.
3632, South 1, 11,000.
Are we still going down?
Sierra 3 Papa Uniform, contact Grissom approach 123.85. Good night. And I'm sorry, that's actually Chicago Center now. Grissom is closed.
Thank you, 3 Papa Uniform.
It's repeating wave files.
692, I'm sorry, correction, that, I forgot that wind sensor that I was reading off of is not reading correctly. I still went 270 to 121.
Sierra 6 Vehicle Kilo, Champagne departure, good evening. Radar contact, turn left on course, come and maintain 8,000.
Sierra 3 Kilo, left turn on course, climb maintain 8,000. Champagne departure, Sierra 6 Vehicle Kilo, 1,600.
I wonder if this is the airport.
November 593, Papa Uniform is with you at 1,900, climbing 5,000.
Sierra 593 Papa Uniform, Champagne departure, good evening. Radar contact.
Huh. We're still going down, even though I have the altimeter thing on.
Connect Chicago Center 120.12.
Alright. I'm just going to turn that thing off then.
Airport inside, runway 3696. Runway 3696, with visual approach runway 32 right, contact tower 120.4.
This visual breach right, 20.4 with 3696. Cloud on this side of the field are 3900 for Tom, 3000 base.
3696, roger, thanks. Company Station Kilos, turn on 72980.
Okay, now good evening, over 3696, we're on the downwind, 32 right.
Envoy 3696, Champagne Tower, runway 32 right, clear the land, wind 260 at 15, gust 210.
We have a horrible co-pilot. He does not change into the right frequency.
That's affirmative, turn left heading 030 to join Victor 251.
Thank you.
GPS 61, connect Chicago Center 121.27. Yeah.
We should maybe start hearing Peoria approach now.
GPS 785, turn 20 degrees to the right, vectors for your descent, descend and maintain flight level 240. Southwest 2388, descend and maintain 6,000. Copa 235, descend and maintain flight level 200.
Now keep in mind, this is a custom airport that I had to download because this airport actually does not exist in 5.1.
GPS 77, Chicago, Center, roger. Southwest 2388, connect Chicago's approach, 128.2. Good night.
What is cool is in this area, I think these roads are custom roads that they created, and the cities have actually, they put in,
125.0.
someone put buildings and stuff in to try to bring some life in this area.
GPS 785, now clear direct Rockford and cross 4-5 miles southwest of Rockford. Had to maintain 13,000. Rockford's altimeter 2977.
Thank you.
Copa 235, cross Turtle, had to maintain 11,000. O'Hare's altimeter 2973.
Man, this game is bringing back some fun memories. Of course, I never had this RealATC. This is just cool. It's hard to tell where the runways are at.
About 7558, change to miles, and its frequency 135.75. Thanks, cross Jack, set and maintain 11,000. The Indianapolis altimeter 2979er. GPS 63, Chicago, roger. Mount 7550, the last part was step on just to verify Jack, add and maintain 11,000. Thank you.
Gonna look up the altimeter.
GPS 753 Chicago Center, good evening.
Altimeter is 660.6. 177, or altitude, sorry. All of this stuff over here, whenever I move the mouse, the audio messes up. This looks like confetti or something. Alright, we're beginning to see the airport even more.
Number 293, Chicago Center. After ND, fly the runway 22 left transition across ND, add and maintain 6,000.
Sounds like I...
753, cross 4-5 miles south of Rockford, add and maintain 13,000. Rockford's altimeter is 2977, clear direct Rockford.
Sounds like I have some Chicago Center stuff mixed up in here. I think I see runway lights.
Copa 235, connect Chicago, approach 125.0. Night cargo 1467, change from alternate frequency 135.75. UPS 77, connect Chicago Center 120.12.
Do you guys see it? Right here.
Night cargo 1467, Champagne's altimeter 2983.
Why is it saying Champagne?
Connect Rockford approach 121.0. See ya.
It should be giving us Peoria. Unless I put in the wrong wave files. That was like messing with the sound. There's not a problem with the plane. I think it's just this airport. There's just a lot. There's a lot of stuff in it, and so it's. kind of taxing it a little bit. Oh, come on.
Right 31.
Stupid wind.
Approach 128.2. Good night.
I was like perfectly lined up. Those boards are supposed to be something, but the textures were causing problems.
Roger that, thanks. GPS 63, connect Chicago Center.
Hello, Tower 4219 is about 5 from the street lot.
Hello, 4219, Gary Carlson, 22, third lane, 12016.
Right line, put you on at 4219.
Wind 28017. Bravo 4219, turn right runway 31, right in Alpha. Second time by Alpha to Delta, this is the 2.
Right on 3, right on Alpha Echo Delta with you on way 42.
This should be Peoria ATC.
5451, turn right on the runway 31, right at Alpha. Back to the parking by Alpha to Delta, this is the 2.
Right on runway 31. Right on Alpha Echo Delta.
Those big white things look like drive-in movie screens.
PSK 1 program. PSK 1 to hangers by Alpha Echo. Going tower, giving good 9823, right base 2. GPS 9823, Peoria Tower, runway 223, command 28014.25. That's code I am 32. PSK 100, good night. Wind 27014.20. GPS 9823, stand left at Echo, back to the parking by Echo 1, cross number 13, this is a 2.
Echo 1, cross the runway with you, UPS 9823.
And 19 got the helicopter departing at this right side of the paper runway 22, staying west.
Right, you can put it on there.
Wind 28012.
Now we'll tune in the ground by bringing our flaps up.
Echo Delta, cross 912.
Right, yeah, and then Alpha Echo Delta cross the runway 29.
Roger, 297, let's check on our flow control to San Fran. Call clearance, what was that, please? That was United 2097 to San Francisco. 2097, Roger, we have pre-departure clearance. I show company accepted Charlie 8. Okay, thanks. International Airport Departure Information November 16000. Temperature 582.30. Wind time, altimeter 3020. Turbojet aircraft departing runway 25 right. All other aircraft departing runways 19er. Notice airman, intersection Alpha 2 is the departure threshold for runway 25 right. Split grounds are in use. All departing aircraft without pre-departure clearance, contact clearance delivery on 118.0. VFR aircraft, state your destination and requested altitude. On initial contact, advise you have information November.
Port 4, contact departure 12522. Port 42, Peoria Tower, runway 22, cleared to land, wind 28017.22. Port 42, you're requiring any assistance at this time?
What are those, like floating lights or something?
Right in Alpha, and then back to the parking via Alpha. Port 42, sorry, to tell
Oh,
you
look.
guys, damage.
We have a, we're not going to go in there because it's pitch black.
That's 4741, right at the end, back to the parking via Alpha Echo Delta, off 13.
I'm listening.
3 heavy, 27 is occupied, just make the left turn on uniform and hold. Left turn on uniform and hold. Ground United 1286 Heavy, push back at gate 74.
I was listening to see if there is any Peoria stuff.
107 Heavy, stay on the ramp, and after you pass the continental satellite, transition to the outer, taxi runway 25 right. Philippine 107 right. Southwest 32 Alpha, ready to go to TWA hangar. That's roll 32 Alpha.
Doesn't seem like it.
On Tango, right turn at 49, but hold short of uniform. 32 Alpha. Oh, making a 915, pound rate to taxi. Okay, after the west turn left on the ramp 25. Ground bus gate 21 from TWA hangar. Bus approved. Roger. Philippine 106, can we make a right turn?
I wonder where it's pulling these files from, because
Clearly active for 21. Canada 793 Heavy, taxi to the gate.
ARC-2, I have your clearance. Showing Champaign to Roberts to Champaign for maintenance test flight. Is that correct?
That's the one. That's correct, ARC-2.
ARC-2, clear to Champaign Airport as filed. Maintain 3,000. Expect 14,000.
clear to Champaign.
Departure frequency 121.35.
That's cool.
4365.
Okay, for ARC-2, as filed, up to 3, 140 and 10, 121.35, 4365.
ARC-2, read that correct.
Champaign traffic envoy maintenance 8 Alpha Echo or at Alpha 4 be repositioning Alpha 6. Champaign area traffic, please advise.
Night cargo 1612.
I replaced the files. Why is it saying Champaign traffic? I don't know.
Cancellation is received. No observed traffic in Danville Airport. Change to advisory frequencies approved. You have a good day.
Roger, good day, cancel. Night cargo 1612.
Morning, clearance Frontier 382, looking to go to Salt Lake City with Kilo. Frontier 382.
That guy gets around.
Kilo 3 departure, Milford
I'm looking to go to Salt Lake City with Kilo.
Departure frequency will
He's
be
never made it to Salt Lake City, apparently.
Squawk 1305. Clear to Salt Lake City, Ovida 3 departure, Milford Tram.
I need to find that WAV file and replace it.
1305. Frontier 382, readback is correct. You come out of gate 23? 22, that's correct. Thank you, and have a good flight.
Thank you, Reno Air 172 on request to Reno, flight level 3.
Alright, I don't know what order it's playing in, but so here we are. We're at Peoria. This is a, like I said, this is a custom airport, and I will put the link to the airport along with some of the other stuff. It's which puts in like detail for the cities and the streets and stuff. So it's a couple of different things that I downloaded, but links will be in the description. Other than that, man, with all the work that I put into the thing, I'm a little disappointed that the Peoria radio was not tuned in correctly, but hopefully things will be better the next time around when we fly from here to our next location, which is going to be Quad City. And Quad City's not in the game, so I'll have to create the airport. So that should be fun. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and be sure to watch this on the other simulators. And I'll see you next time. If you thought this flight was interesting, then you might want to check it out on these other flight simulators that you see on your screen. It's just a fun way to relive old memories and see how things changed over the years. Be sure to subscribe to be notified of any new videos, and I'll see you on the next flight.